Because, the chaos that I always bring. It's just like, whatever happens, it happens. Hey, friends.
Hello.
How are you? Hope everyone is doing good this Friday night. What am I trying to say?
That you are
I'm
awesome.
tired, friends. That I'm not Laura. Sneaky. Right. Welcome to the Prep June Friday night stream here on my channel. Before I let Laura present her amazing self, she's just gonna come and let you know how amazing she is. I'm just gonna very quickly let you know how this is gonna roll, since this is kind of like a new thing coming from me. So we're gonna do 20, 25, and 30-minute sprint. And we're gonna have a 5, a 10, and a 15-minute break to chat about the topics that I picked. JC just sent me a text message. Yes, Esther, you are amazing, like Laura says. So now you guys know JC is watching. If you want to send her all your love, she's watching the stream and the chat. So let her know. Cheer her up and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna be very vigilant with that. I made a playlist. I went and scrolled and find some of the jewels of Laura's timers. So you're probably gonna see timers that you haven't seen in a while. Read more reasons to subscribe to Laura if you haven't. So I'm gonna shut up like I usually do and let the magnificent Laura present her amazing self.
Magnificent.
Go on, Laura.
I am Laura Nettles. I have a book out. It's called Tiny Shivers. It's got tentacles in it. It's a collection of 101 short horror stories. Drabbles, flashes, short stories. So, woohoo! I'm here. Yeah.
You're gonna keep reading your book, correct?
Probably, yeah. I'm participating in the readathon for June. So
nice.
I have an hour and a half left of my audiobook to check off my first book of June. So
nice.
Yeah.
You can probably get a pretty big chunk tonight. So yes, I will be prepping for July. I'm gonna do the prep June. So I will be adding more songs to my playlist and keep working on my Notion and all things. I don't know if I'm gonna do like word building or characters or I don't know. Something's gonna happen. So let's quickly say hi to the chat. Don't forget to like the button, friends. Also, you are in my channel. You probably know me. I'm Esther Marina Duhar. I'm a Puerto Rican writer aspiring to be a hybrid author. Any links are on the description. I just write. Hello, everyone. So for tonight, I do have a couple of yes or no questions. So 5 to 10 minutes, it's good. JC does sends you love, as well as Ty. Hello, friends. Hello, writer peeps. So let's share a tab
Let's see what timer you've done up.
Ha ha ha.
The
This is the one that I have. The NaNoWriMo one. This is
Mine.
2 years ago. I mean, I even have the same cup.
Yeah.
So I was like, I had another one in mind, but when I saw this one, I'm like, nope, I'm switching to this one. So I'm like, switcheroo. Was away from my desk, eating dinner, her writing peep voices. Hope you have a great meal, Persephone. Welcome, welcome. Take your time, friend. Also, I'm gonna do this as a scrolly. So the first question is, are you participating in Camp NaNoWriMo July session? See this? Why 5-minute chat is completely fine? Is a yes or no question. Also, love to Laura. She makes fantastic.
This one is actually, I filmed it on a camera. So, like, I bought the gourds and the mug and stuff. So, this one's all me. So, the candles actually flicker because they're actually burning.
See, people, see the production behind her timers. Get on it. Get subscribing. Okay, this is one of the answers. Let me start it. Hi, Cup. What you cooking? So let's start with the first 20 minutes. I'm gonna shut up and we're gonna get working and reading and doing all the awesome things. See you guys in 20 minutes. in time. We're getting right into that break. No, that's not what I want. This is what I want. How was that? How many more? How much do you have left, Laura?
An hour and 6 minutes.
Yay! We're
I
down.
knew
We're
someone
down
was
to the.
outside the door, and she still went outside the door. And I was like, "You were. You've been so smart. Why?"
Oh, that's so funny. So I managed to find an inspiration for a character and kind of like was able to put the photo on my Notion and kind of like read a little bit of like their name and a little bit of the things that I need to know about that. So the question for this short break, which is not that, is this, is are you participating in Camp NaNoWriMo July session?
Yes.
Are you participating, Laura? Yes, I am too. This is why I'm doing this. Dreaming Through said yes. She's super excited. Kappa is like, no, July is too hot. I completely understand. Des, unofficially, I'll be using it to write all the Des Luray words and in prep for upcoming releases. And if you haven't subscribed to their newsletter, Des, if you're not wrench, I will wrench you in a hot second so you can put that in the chat. Jennifer is not sure. There's a lot of family things coming up in July that are going to take a lot of her time. Completely understandable. Ty says hopefully we'll be starting their second novel by then. No, nice. Nick is like, nah, I'm a pass. That is so funny. Like, no, not this time. Barrett was very interesting. Optimistic Barrett says yes, but he's a masochist and can be trusted. A hard maybe. Kind of could happen, but also could not. And I love Dairy Queen. Awesome.
What does Dairy Queen have to do with it?
It is the kind of nonsense that is expected in this kind of streams. Victoria says, I'll probably do something plotting, drafting, some reading project, revising. She doesn't know yet, and that is perfectly fine. I mean, I usually for camps, I do a bunch of different things, not this time, because I'm like, I want something new. Nia is gonna do camp. I'm very optimistic, yes. Using camp to finish my project. That's awesome. It's Barrett, Nuff said. That is true. That is so true. And Des, you are wrench, so please do drop the newsletter link for Des Luray. See, we're doing so good on time. We still have 1 minute of that break.
So
look at us.
I want to finish my middle grade horror and start querying again. So for July, we'll probably be picking back up Crimson Strings.
Ooh. Huh? Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Promote yourself. So, there's a few seconds to the timer. See, there's just a few seconds. The next question, it's a pretty simple one too. Are you doing Prep June? If you don't know what Prep June is, it's the same thing as Preptober. You just take the month of June to prepare yourself for camp in July. So let me know if you're doing prep. You can let me know what you wanted, what you're doing. Um, so yeah, God, Lord Jesus, I get so tick when I see ads on your timers. Like, how dare them? This is another beautiful timer from Laura. It is the Spring Bouquet. It is just a year old. It's fairly recent. Here it is, friends. If you want two free short, steamy romances, which are so good, friends, sign up for Deslore newsletter. Click that link. Also, you haven't seen it much because I've been doing the banners, but I do have the GoFundMe for JC on my headline. I'll put it on the chat and pin it at the top so you can keep the help coming. While I do that, we will do our 25-minute sprint. See you guys in 25 minutes. in time. And we are now going into our
into our ad.
Into the 10 minutes break. One of the beautiful timers of Laura. She's fantastic. Morgan came in towards the tail end of the sprint. And we also got an answer for the question. Jura says, once I finally finish the makeup work I have for class, I've started doing some planning. I should get it done by next week. Good. So, Laura, do you intend to prep for June? Do prep June for July?
Maybe the last couple days of June. My big goal for June is to finish Seeds of Doubt and start querying again. So that's going to be my main focus for most of June, so that I can get that out of the way. So, yeah.
Nice. The stream scared the poop out of me. I was gaming and not paying attention. That's okay. We appreciate that you have us at the kind of like a white noise while you play. Also, what are you playing? Morgan, it is doing prep June. I announced my extremely lofty goal on the nano side and currently working on outlining. Oh, jeez.
Please tell me it's not 100K.
I think I haven't checked the website, but it could be about that 8-book series that she's been talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong, Morgan. I am clearly doing prep June. I am going back and forth between working on like character, the storyline, the magic system, the world building, all that, and building up the playlist. It's gonna be very like epic, cinematic, fighting kind of music. So I was listening to some intense music while I was like, you have a golden retriever personality, you have a grumpy cat personality, and it's just like this sweeping, battling music, and I'm like, and you are a very resourceful person, and this just So, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, in it may be 100K or maybe more. Oh, jeez.
It's 180K!
Wow. What? That's what it says on the campsite?
It says Cozy Fantasy Books 1 through 3. 180K!
Oh my god, Morgan. Also, yes, playlists are important. At least they're for me. Morgan, I mean, still, because I am trying to draft this entire book, and it is a fantasy book. So I imagine probably underwrite, so it's going to be anything between 80 to 90K, because I do tend to underwrite. And that's still a lot for 30 days? 180? I have a plan, Laura, I promise.
Include eating and sleeping. Because those are necessary times.
Not only that, she works. How the heck you're gonna write 6,000 words per day, Morgan? Because that's the minimum of daily words for 30 days. Like, when is the eating, the sleeping, the working? Are you gonna take the entire month off? I wish I could, but are you gonna dictate? That could be feasible. your vocal cords will not like you, but
Invest in honey.
as an option. Look who we have here! Hi, Nia!
Hi guys. I am almost in a food coma, but I need to get writing done. So I'm like, if I don't go on the stream, I'm gonna lay down.
That's true. We still have 5 minutes of the break. Are you prepping for June? For the July?
Sort of. Did everybody else already answer? Because I came in, you know how you come in, you're like, where were we? Okay. So sort of, yes. So my plan is that for whatever I do for camp is going to depend on how much I get done. So if I manage to finish everything this month, then that means I get to do my shiny new idea for camp. If not, then I'm going to finish wherever I left off. So basically camp is just that I'm doing it, but I'm actually doing what I need to do anyway. So
good. I mean, you are a big plotter. Do you have that shiny new idea plotted out, or are you like taking some time in June to plot it? Or
I have it roughly outlined because I only had one day to do it. So I think Courtney was streaming on Monday or whatever the holiday was. Yeah, Monday. Oh my gosh. What, Saturday maybe? Sometime this past weekend. I was supposed to not be writing, but the shiny new idea came and I saw her stream, and so I went on and I was like, I'm going to outline this shiny new idea right now. So, yeah.
Because I'm being noisy, what's the genre of the new shiny idea?
It is a romance, but it is a supernatural romance. And that's all.
Nice.
And I'm like,
see, I've been itching to go back to fantasy, and that's why I am plotting a YA fantasy, which is what I usually started writing a long time ago. So I'm like, July is gonna be my playtime month, so I'm just gonna do what I want.
Yes, it has historical elements in it too because time travel, and so I'm just like, oh, I want to do it so bad.
So how are you going to deal, or are you even going to deal with diseases and germs with the time travel?
I'm technically not. I have a way around it. We could talk about that after though. Okay. I don't want to give everything away.
Did you know? Smallpox.
Yes, and lots of things.
I mean, if it's on the supernatural fantasy venue, like
Dragonpox.
Yeah. Yay for writing play that. Yes.
It is a different time period that we will be going to.
Like, it's like, I'm gonna send you just the goodbyes for not 180k. Apparently, the plan includes writing and working at the same time, because she can do that. She can sacrifice her sleep, and she does plan to eat. That's good, Morgan.
Yes.
We're still gonna keep asking you because that's a lofty goal. But I mean, good for you, friend. Good for you. We still have a minute. See, I was like, I had this time, friends. I'm gonna give you now the lofty question, which this is why, if StreamYard wants to work, there we go. This is why we have the 15-minute break after the 30-minute sprint. Because I know people will talk about this a little bit more. So the question is, what comes first for you? The story or the characters? So let me know after we come back from the 30-minute sprint. Also, we can chat a little bit more. We're really good on time. I just don't want to...
Story. Mm-hmm. Do you mean plot or do you mean premise?
Plot. Like the outside story.
Like what it's about.
Like what it is about. Like it doesn't, like it's, you know, some stories you can just input characters and just start building them based on the world and the story that you have built. Some people start that way, and some people start building characters and then they're like, okay, where they're supposed to like go and what kind of story it's happening for these characters. So I want to know what kind of writers, like, I am so tired of YouTube of those ads, and I cannot even skip it. Oh, yeah, and also another question besides, are you a plotter or a pantser? So, do you start with plot, story, or do you start with characters? I'll see y'all in 30 minutes.
My book should be done then.
In time. That's the last sprint. We got a freaking ad. And then after the ad, we have our last chatty break. It's a 15-minute one, and it's another Laura's timer. You're done?
It's done.
Yay!
Yeah.
All 8 hours and 45 minutes.
Wow. Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it.
Nice.
I knew.
I'm glad.
With the love interest before I went into it. So I knew it was coming. So I was trying to read into the setup for it. It still didn't have much setup for that twist. But, the slasher bit, well done. So it does. The slasher part doesn't happen until like 30% in. But
okay.
But then it happens for the whole rest of the book.
Wow.
Except for like
nice.
That's chapter for the epilogue. So like it was cool because it had a good wrap up. So the story felt like, okay, we got the complete story for this. We have a bow. But the bow has a ribbon that leads to the next story because there's a sequel that came out, Friendo Lives. And the epilogue was the perfect setup for the sequel. So I
nice. Nice.
Yeah.
It's cool when like epilogues or the last chapter leads really well into the next book. Because I mean, if it's done well, it's satisfying because you kind of get a closer for the book that you're reading, but you're also like, there's more, and I want it, and I want it now.
So quite a few people died, and there was a variety of weaponry used, so that was fun. I was not expecting the first weapon at all. I was like, oh shoot, bang! So, yeah, fun times. But yeah, 4 stars. Good time.
Yay!
Awesome. How was that sprint for you, Nia?
It was good. It was good. I got about 700 words. I need to get my exact total, so that was good. But I knew what I was gonna write because you know how you like. Because I was eating and I was thinking about it a lot while I was eating, and I was like, I just need to hurry up and get these. And then I got tired, so I was like, oh no, I cannot fall asleep before I get this all down. So I was like,
you're like, no, I'm gonna forget it.
Yes. And I was like, no, I need to get these words down. So I knew exactly what I needed to write. So it helps when you're like, oh no, got it. So yeah, it was good.
Nice.
It was good.
Nice. So on those 30 minutes, I look for character inspirations for some of my, what I quote unquote title them the supernatural characters. Like they are, so I'm pulling a lot of like from the Taino religion and all the different deities and gods and goddesses and things like that. And there's 2 specific characters in that religion and that kind of like myth that I'm like, I want them to be like entities in the world. So I found like visual inspiration for those characters, and then I wrote it down like what their deal is about. And I kept just adding music to the playlist, which is it's being like very epic fantasy hurrah fighting. I don't know if it's gonna be that when I write it, but that's the playlist right now. So Joanne revised chapter 13 through 15, and she's working on 16. Also, Persephone's let us know that she has with the size of her series she's been working on, she has a lot of options for Cam. So she can continue working on her current whip or hop over and dive to another one while she lets the current one rest. And this was commiserating with my rage for YouTube ads. Specifically, I've seen that the older the video, the more ads they have. Because it's like, no one is going back. I am going back, YouTube. I am that kind of person who like scrolls and scrolls. Because now, I think they took out the option that you could see the videos instead of like the most recent. You can see from old to new or newest to old. I think they took out that feature, and I'm like, I like to watch like the very old videos of people and see how they grow. And now I have to like scroll.
Oh yeah.
Which is just, that is a very, very first world problem. So as for the question, what comes first to you, story or character? Victoria says, this is too complicated for me to explain in live stream. Last time I tried, everyone was very confused. I'll make a video about it at some point. And nice!
Make a video.
If you do it, and let me know so I can share it on my community tab and more people see it. Kappa says the setting and the characters, which is interesting. Persephone, for me, I think is a bit of both. I see the characters and then I see them in situations that form a story in my mind. Okay. And then Jess came in during the sprint. Also for Victoria says, actually, premise versus plot helps a lot. So for me, it's premise, characters, scenes drafting, plotting. Thanks, Laura. Look at Laura helping people out around. And Laura and Jess were talking about like the clown being named Friendo.
We just say hi, Friendos. It's like, oh no! We're all gonna die!
That's so funny. Morgan said it depends, but usually the plot comes first. Jess came late. That is okay. This is the first one of many in June, so you have plenty of chances. But I agree with you to change. I don't like it for the same reason. It is a pain. It is. Mm-hmm. I totally agree. So, friends, what comes first for you? Story or characters?
I kind of develop both of them at the same time. Like, I will have a cutout of a character that starts going through motions, and then as the plot starts going, I start figuring out what backstory of the character would have caused that type of the plot, and then vice versa as well, so they kind of feed off of each other. So it starts out with like there's person, but I don't know about the person, and then I start building the person as I build the plot. So yeah, together.
Yep, and for me, it more of what the situation is what comes before the actual characters, because I don't always know which characters are going to go through the thing. Usually I have a situation that pops into my head and I think, oh, what if? Like, what if there's an alien invasion? There's going to be an alien invasion that's going to happen on X amount of time, in like 6 or 7 months, or maybe in 2 weeks, whatever. They see it coming. This thing is going to happen. And then all of a sudden I'm like, there are people in this world that this alien invasion is about to happen to. And then it's like, how would this person react? How would this person? And whoever I find most interesting, that's whose story I'm going to tell. But and this is why with so many stories that I create, I'm like, I could tell this person's story or this person's story because I see it as this is an event that's happening in the world, and each person. What if you're the royal family, or what if you're the politician's kid, or what if you're just poor people who are living in the world with no resources to do anything? What if you're the rich, greedy person and you've got ideas on how you're going to get yourself out of here? It depends on who I want to see go through the situation. And that's how then I start developing how would they act? How would this person act? And then whatever's more interesting. So a lot of times it's so much world building. I just really love world building, and in that,
really,
these characters, as I'm thinking of them, they can pop in and out at some time. Like maybe that greedy rich person who's like thinking of a way to escape. Maybe he's gonna run into whichever character I do choose. If I don't choose them, they might be in there somewhere. Maybe they're on the news. Like so-and-so multi-quadrillionaire has made a jet to escape the alien invasion. Aliens intercept trillionaire's jet and like soups them up. You know what I mean? And the character that actually is just watching on the news like, oh no, because I've thought of that person. I've thought of what would that person do. So a lot of times it's situation, and then it just like snowballs, and there's characters in there. And I get to pick whose story do I want to tell.
Like for the flash fiction that I'm working on right now, the theme for the anthology was rain. So I had to incorporate rain in it somehow. But I had other premises, just like a couple of words that I wanted to incorporate. So there has to be rain, and I wanted to have blood tree sap, and maybe a blood moon, and I wanted to mix it all together. And so I just sort of started throwing out there random POVs that I could do. So the POV is going to be from an actual raindrop. So, like...
Interesting.
Yeah.
See, Laura's mind always work outside of the box.
Mm-hmm. It's like I could...
Jez... Yes, go ahead.
I can make the tree be the POV. I can make one of the ghosts of the soldiers that died on the battlefield that the tree is growing in be a POV. I can make a local passerby be a POV, or I could do the raindrop, or I could do it omniscient. And it's like there's a ton of different things that I could do. So I'm just throwing stuff out there and seeing what's gonna stick out.
What sticks? Des thinks same as you, Nia. I think it's premise, and then I create characters to fit in the story. Nia said it more eloquently. Also, we got a Tiff coming in. She said it depends, but generally the characters come first for me. Sometimes they show up at the same time. Interesting. To no shocker, the story comes first for me. It's usually not necessarily a situation, but it's more like... So, what I'm working right now, I'm not going to say too much, but it definitely has been inspired by the gentrification happening here in Puerto Rico. And the laws that have enabled anyone except Puerto Ricans to have a lot of tax breaks and just buy a house and build a business here without really being here. So that has sprawled this entire situation of like this entire story. What if sort of gentrification happened in a fantasy world, and what all the ramifications of it, like how does that looks like, and that's where I started to be like, so all of this is gonna happen. Okay, so who are the people who it happens to? who are like characters who are like very involved and have a lot of stakes, and that's when I start like finding characters and building the world. Like I need to have a story and be like, this is kind of like a hint of a world, and then I find the world and the characters kind of like at the same time. Because to me, a character is a reflection of the world, so I have to build him pretty similarly. But I mean, for me, it's pretty much the story. It's always something happens, and then I'm like, okay, so who it happens to?
Have you seen Carnival Row?
I think I saw the first episode.
Did you say
that's
Carnival
why when
Row?
I saw that you worked, yeah.
I worked on it, yeah. Because from what I gathered, I haven't actually watched it. all of the fairy tale, like the folklore creatures, they are all put into the slums. And so that's what your gentrification reminds me of. Like, fairies are not allowed to fly. Like, there's tripwires and everything. And so, fun times.
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple of shows that kind of like touch on gentrification. I will have to be in a very specific mindset to actually watch it, because I'm like, yay, it's what is happening to me, but with supernatural creatures.
Yeah.
AKA, I'm gonna write something kind of like that, but whatever.
Like, look, we could have a fun, wonderful, magical world, but no.
People are cruel everywhere.
Are cruel and mean.
Yeah, they are.
Sucking the magic out of our beautiful, magical creatures. Why?
Yeah. They're jealous.
They are jealous.
They are. So this is like, wow, Laura, the way your mind works is amazing. It is. Like every time, especially when you talk about the world of Crimson String, I'm like, how? From where? Like, can I kind of like peek into your brain?
Okay.
Sounds very creepy, which it's right Laura's lane, but
just scalp me. Like for this flash fiction, I wanted to merge those together. I found out that there is a tree in real life that has red sap that looks like blood. And so I can't remember what island it's on, but it's like the dragon's blood tree or something like that. So the tale goes that a dragon was slain, and from the dragon's blood grew these trees, and their sap is red. I was like, that's pretty cool. And then I was thinking, like, okay, so people say that water has memory. And so also this tree is going to be growing on a battlefield. So there's going to be like dead soldiers and ghost orbs in the branches. So if it rains and there's blood in the soil, would the blood re-wet with the rain? And so my brain is like, okay, so the raindrop is going to be the POV. It's going to come down. It's going to re-wet the blood, absorb the memory of the dead soldier. So, and go into the roots, be used in photosynthesis where they split the water, and the memory of the dead soldier gets split out of it, and it becomes a ghost orb that floats away. And the blood that's now memoryless becomes assimilated into part of the blood sap of the tree, so that it can now be a recording vessel for the tree's own memories. And I don't know why my brain does this.
I think Nia and I am like here. Okay, like from where? Like,
yeah.
So
we'll see if I can do
definitely your brain is interesting. You like your writing style is very much in the horror lane, but then the way that you build your stories, you're such a great world builder. Like, the moment, and I know because the moment you start explaining things, Nia lights up. It's like, because there's nothing that gets happier. Like, Nia she's the happiest when it's world building. It's like you start like talking and it's like,
I'm like,
you see her, she's like leaning and smiling and getting excited. I'm like, does Laura realize how like fantastic world builder she is?
Yep.
Like, it's very intricate.
Like, I don't care that it's horror. Tell me. I just watching it grow like that snowball. We're literally creating the world. I love it. I love it.
So,
everyone is loving it. Laura,
so
you are
the 10-point bullet point outline for that flash that has it all laid out. But now I just gotta actually, write it.
And it's a flash, mind you. All of this world building thing that she's doing is for a flash.
Yeah.
It's not a short story. It's not a book. It's a flash. That's how intricate her stories are. And if you want to have a taste, buy Tiny Shivers. It's available on ebook and paperback, and it's still on KU, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you still subscribe to KU, which, if you have seen your bank account, is already the new higher price, go ahead and give Tiny Shivers a read. I've been slowly reading it, and I'm like, this is so creepy. So creepy. Like, I love it, and at the same time, I'm like, oh, this is so creepy.
So I finished that Born Pregnant flash fiction.
Oh yeah.
They're born the tribble that layers on itself, and then the absorption happens, and then it sucks a memory out of the sleeping human above them, and it strips the joy out of the memory for food. And fun times. I submitted it to a magazine and it already got rejected. So now it's on to the next magazine. So we'll see.
Oh,
it's like, also, now that we're like closing, and they will probably tell you like closer, but both, we are doing a video for the AWC hosted by A.S.T. Houston and Margaret Pinard. It is mainly, that specific video is mainly hosted by Nia. And we're going to talk about, like, what's the title, EC?
Book covers made easy. So we're going to help you guys get some book covers for those of you who we're on a tight budget and we want to use that money for maybe editing and other things. So we're going to try and help you out.
So the AWC is the last weekend of June, the 23rd through the 25th. The video that that we're talking about is on the 23rd.
I think it's at 7
If I remember correctly, it's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also at the same time,
6 p.m. Eastern on Friday, so I'm going back to back.
Wow.
Yeah. At the same time, Des is doing her discovery writing with a plan. I think it's her video. So that hour has a couple of different videos going on. So check it out. Also, the weekend before that, the 16th through the 18th, I think it is the Storyteller Heart.
Yeah.
There's so many things, friends. So subscribe to all the things. Friends, what do you guys have in the next few days? Let us know. I took care of the future. What about the next couple of days? You guys anywhere? Streaming anywhere?
Twitch, Saturday morning.
And you need to remember that it's morning.
Morning? At what time?
10 or 11 Eastern.
Yeah. Before noon, friends. Laura is streaming on Twitch before noon. Sometime before noon. How about you, Nia? Anything?
I've got family day, so tomorrow's a family day for us, and yeah, I'm not streaming until. Yeah, I know. I'm not streaming until Monday.
Good. Yeah. And obviously, Nia streams here on Tuesdays, here on YouTube. You're doing Thursdays, Laura?
Yeah, every other. So the 8th and the 22nd.
Okay, perfect. So next Tuesday, next Tuesday, Nia, next Thursday, Laura, and keep an eye for JC. She may or may not stream Wednesday. We shall see. As for me, I will be tomorrow at Twitch, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's a late one. I'm going to take advantage that I don't have to wake up early on Sunday. So we're doing a late one. And then Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern and Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern. See, JC just texted me. She is streaming on Wednesday. Yay. So everyone be there or be square. Anything else?
I'm still going to be on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, though. But just this weekend is a busy weekend for us, so.
Yeah. And Nia's usually anything between 10:15 to 11. She's already starting her stream. So if you're a mid-morning writer, check her out on Twitch. Anything else we want our friends to know? None of the links are in the description. I've been slacking on that, but as soon as the stream ends, I will put them there.
If you have the funds, please help JC.
Yes. JC's still fun.
The link is pinned at the top of the chat. If you already help monetarily, please share the link to people you may think can help. If you can't help monetarily, go and watch her videos. We got her to over 1K, so we need to keep her watch hours so she can get that AdSense money. So go ahead and check her editing videos, her writing vlogs, her self-care videos. She has videos showcasing other author tubers in the community. Like, hello, the video that she recently uploaded, she put more people in her description box. Like, how a rock star she is that in her situation, she's still uplifting the community. That's a light nothing can stop. So let's show up for her like she shows up for us. So friends, happy Friday, happy weekend. We will see you guys around the interwebs. Good night, friends.